Hello and welcome again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 13th of November and this time I have some news for you from Sony, as they have announced a new cloud-based TV service by the name of PlayStation Vue, and the company is claiming the service will provide live on-demand catch-up TV with, quote, a powerful user interface that delivers unprecedented personalisation and simplicity. Now, PlayStation Vue will make the past 3 days of popular programming available to you without the need to actually schedule any recording, which is quite nice. And Sony have also said that you'll be able to save shows to the cloud without storage restrictions, and that shows tagged as your favourites will automatically be accessible for 28 days after they air. Now, for those of you wondering, and I'm sure you are, when this service will become available, PlayStation Vue will be launching commercially in the US in the first quarter of 2015. Which is actually going to fairly closely follow an invite-only beta, which is kicking off later this month on both the PS4 and PS3, and it's going to have a phased rollout starting in New York, followed by Chicago, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. Now, what's interesting is that the service will be available on iPad shortly thereafter, and will actually become available later on more Sony and non-Sony devices. Now, initially in the beta, Vue will be offering about 75 channels per market, and Sony has confirmed network partners include CBS, Discovery Communications, Fox, NBC Universal, Scripps Networks Interactive, and Viacom. Now, unfortunately, we do not have any details regarding pricing, and they won't be announced until closer to the commercial availability. Sony did say that there will be no installation charges and no contract, but that PlayStation Vue will be offered on a month-to-month basis, so basically kind of like the way Netflix does it. Now, unfortunately, when they were asked whether or not this service will be available outside of the US, Sony said that they have nothing to announce about international expansion at this time, which is unfortunate. I'm sure eventually we'll get it in the UK, but God knows when that will happen. Or at least I hope we get it outside of the US, in Europe, in the UK. That would be lovely. But we do have one final statement from Andrew House, of course, who is the CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment. And he said, quote, everyday TV is about to become extraordinary with our new cloud-based TV service. PlayStation Vue reinvents your traditional viewing experience. Your programming effortlessly finds you, enabling you to watch much more of what you want and search a lot less. PlayStation Vue brings the best of live TV and a robust catalogue of the latest content, always allowing you to be connected to what's popular, new and trending. Today's announcement builds on the historic success of PlayStation 4 and demonstrates what our company is capable of. We embrace disruption and stay true to gamers. So, there you have it. Sony is launching its own TV streaming service, which is pretty damn cool. My only concern is that there are a fair few pretty hefty monoliths already out. Of course, the most prominent being Netflix and LoveFilm, which of course is now Amazon Prime. And there's Now TV as well, which is still good but needs some work. But those are the main three that I'm aware of anyway. Those are the main three that I kind of switch between, depending on my mood. So that's my only concern. There is a fair bit of competition out there, however this is Sony we're talking about, and as long as they get the pricing right, I think they could definitely have a nice user base, and of course having the right shows available to people as well is very, very key. If you don't have, say, I don't know, the new Game of Thrones when it comes out again, people are going to go with the one that does. Maybe they'll still get PlayStation Vue, but most people I think would pick one and stick with it, maybe two at the most, depending if there was something really good on PlayStation Vue that perhaps they had an exclusive contract for. So I'm sure it will be fine, just a little smidge worried about the level of competition, but I'm sure Sony are Sony still, and they definitely know what they're doing when it comes to going against the competition. Anyway, that is me done for this video, and I'll see you next time.